There comes a time in a man's life when his little old lawnmower is just not cutting it anymore. Everyone swears by Honda lawnmowers, but why is this the specific one I chose? A big reason why I like this mower is because it comes with Honda's GCV200 engine, which is 30 cc's higher than the HRN model that you find at Home Depot. Believe it or not, that 30 cc's makes a huge difference when you're mowing tall grass, or even the suction capabilities you can get when you're bagging. What I like about the Honda GCV is that it has a larger gas cap and gas tank opening, so whenever you're filling up gas or refilling to mow, it can help you to prevent gas from falling out. This may seem superficial of me, but I'm not gonna lie, that GCV engine is super sexy. Not only are you gonna dominate your neighbor's lawn, but you're also gonna rule the neighborhood with that awesome looking mower. Probably the most controversial aspect about this mower is the auto choke system. People either love it or hate it. I find on average it takes about 5 pulls to start, not because there's anything wrong with the motor or it's gunked up with ethanol. By you pulling the starting cord, that's what opens up the choke to allow gas into the ignition. But the big reason that I chose the VLA model is simply because it has the key ignition, and I find that starting it with the key is a lot easier than ripping on the cord. Speaking of the electric start, I personally love this feature. What I like is that they integrated a system similar to an alternator in a car. So when you actually mow the lawn, while you're mowing, that generates power to recharge the battery for the ignition. And when I first bought the mower, I kind of found it gimmicky, but after using it, honestly that's all I use now to start my mower, and in the last year I haven't had any issues with it. The battery for the starter is actually located underneath the handlebar on the right side of the mower. Let's talk about the micro cut twin blades that it has. If you love mulching the clippings on your lawn, I got good news. This is the absolute best lawnmower for mulching your clippings. Number one, it has some of the highest suction powers that I've ever seen in a mower. And number two, its mulching capabilities are phenomenal. It has the patented micro cut system and the swooping shape of the blades to not only cut it once, it cuts it twice. I've mulched a clipping on my neighbor's lawn whose grass was like 7-8 inches tall, and I only needed to do one pass and I couldn't see any clippings. So just on one pass it was able to cut them up so fine that it fell into the grass's canopy, so they would essentially decompose easier. This lawnmower will last you a lifetime as long as you maintain it properly. And if you mix that with sharpened blades, you're gonna have such a quality cut. These rotary mowers, they use a hacking mechanism to cut the blades. So already it's not the most gentle process in the world, say compared to a real mower. But if you keep them sharpened, the power that this Honda has mixed with a freshly sharpened blade will lead your blades to be flat on the tips, and it can reduce any yellowing that you have in your lawn. So if you don't already have an angle grinder or a flap disc, I highly suggest that you pick up one if you're gonna buy this mower. Let's talk about another controversial aspect about this mower. Honda's patented Nexit deck. It's made from a durable polymer. And to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of plastics, but apparently Honda's developed a special strong plastic that's apparently unbreakable. They're so confident in their Nexit deck that they offer a lifetime warranty on it. I haven't had any issues with this, so I'm not gonna complain. This polymer that they've incorporated into the mower deck is made from the same material that the football players' helmets are made out of. And me being somebody who played football religiously in high school, I know how tough those helmets are. And so far in the last year, I gotta say that the deck has held up surprisingly well. Another thing that Honda says they're proud of when it comes to the Nexit deck is that they specifically designed it to increase vacuum suction from under the deck. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never seen a lawnmower that has higher suction powers than this. If you're trying to pick up your leaves in your lawn, or you're trying to pick up any debris or anything like that, I mean, this thing is gonna suck it right up. There's no going over it twice. It's gonna get it. Another unique design about the deck is that it redirects clippings back up into the mower. So after you cut it the first time, they go back up and then it cuts it twice again, which I think is pretty cool, and its mulching capabilities definitely speaks for itself. Let's talk about the Select Drive system. There's been a lot of talk in the lawn community about the Select Drive versus Toro's Personal Pace. Now take it from me, I've owned both. Toro's Personal Pace is definitely a nice feature to have, and it keeps up with you while you're walking, but I've been reading some hate about Honda's Select Drive system, and honestly I think it's a pretty cool system. If you take a look at the dial, you can actually turn it to set it to the maximum pace you want to walk, and then you simply use your thumb to drive the machine. I don't think it's that hard, and I especially like it when I'm going up slopes or hills because it literally takes all the pushing work out of the mower. And that paired with the 200cc engine, I mean, the drive capabilities on this machine is fantastic. I find the Select Drive system just as nice to drive as the personal pace system, and I don't think you can go wrong with either one. If you take a look at the Versamo system here, I think it's a great addition that Honda did because it has 4 settings: bagging, mulching, rear discharge, and leaf shredding. Having all these options in one with just the touch of a lever is an awesome feature to have, and I find myself consistently using each one. Inside the lever, it has a built-in plug. One feature that I find myself consistently using is that it has a half bag, half mulching feature, which I think is great because sometimes the grass is tall and you want to mulch, but you don't want to mulch all the clippings at once. So I simply put on the half bag, half mulch feature, and I think that's something that really sets this lawnmower apart from the competition because most other mowers just have a bagging or a mulching feature. This HRX model comes with 4 different height adjustments on the wheels, which range from 0.75 inches all the way up to 4 inches. So whether you like to mow low or you like to mow tall, there's definitely a setting there for you. Alright, PSA guys, to all you lawn fanatics out there. Not only do you have to take care of your lawn, but you also have to take care of your mower. It's very important that you maintain your mower. These Honda engines are phenomenal and they'll last a long time. Make sure you change the oil every 6 months. Make sure that you clean the air filter every 6 months. Make sure you change the spark plug every 2 years. And if you're not using ethanol-free gasoline, absolutely must, most important thing, stabilize your gas. Because that's what will keep it starting. You won't have a hard time after the winter time of storage. And that's essentially what's going to protect your mower. If this is your first time joining my channel, my name's George and I'm a lawn care addict. This has been a completely unbiased review, but I just recognize a quality product when I see one. If you love lawn care and lawn care equipment, click that subscribe button because there's going to be a whole bunch more coming your way.